now. October 6th, we're page 17. Okay, and the topic is multiply which means distributive property. Whenever you talk about multiplication, in essence, what it means is distributive property. Okay, and we'll talk about that because the word distribute means to give, to pass out, right? You're distributing, you're giving away, you're passing out. People say, hey, can you distribute the paper? Oh, pass out the papers, okay, to each individual. What? You're gonna record this and put this on YouTube, right? Yeah, I'm doing it right now. Yeah. Okay. So that you could so make sure if you're paying attention, that's cool. If you like to pay attention and then read the notes, that's cool. Yesterday I gave the class till 10 o'clock to upload everything, and then so at 10 o'clock I showed up and I was and then I said, oh, sorry, if you're uploading it now, you're getting a C. So if you upload it now, you get an A plus, 100 points. If you upload it after, then you just get a C, but a C is better than a 0, right? So, so what we're doing is we're going to do multiplication, all right? And basically when you have multiply, how does it look like? It looks like this with parentheses. It can look like this with the little X. And it could look like with the little dot, not point, but the little dot in the middle. And that's multiplication, okay? So what does that mean? So multiplication means what? So 5 means, this here means 5 groups of 3. 5 groups of 3. Okay, so you got 5 groups of 3. And how do you show that? Well, you draw 5 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what it means. So, okay, so where are the 3? Well, let's draw 3 dots. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You're distributing. See that? So when you're distributing, you're giving away, so you have to add them. So in essence, you're adding 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, which gives you a total of 15. That's why you have to memorize your multiplication table so you don't have to draw all these things. Okay? So go ahead, I'll give you some time, about a minute. It might be going too fast, so I got to slow down. I got to slow down a little bit. Okay? Slow down. Slow down, slow down. All right. So what does that mean? So let's get these people out of the stage, and let's bring in the new notes. So that's 5 times. Okay, so 5 groups of 3. So very simple. So in essence, what does that mean? That means when you have 5 times 3, yeah? Can you go back a little bit? Okay. I'm recording it, so you could go back to the recording too, but that's fine. So what does that mean? Is that good? Yeah, that's all I needed. Okay, so what does that mean? 5 times 3. So when you get the area of something, it means 5 times 3. The area of a product is length times width. Okay, so you get 5 times 3. So length, you have the area, so you got the length, which is 5, times the 3. Length times width, which is 15. Okay, so that in essence, in multiplication, that's what you're doing. You're distributing the 5 groups of 3, 5 times 3. Okay, and that's what happens in multiplication. Now, when you have a problem, like 5 times 3. And this is what a lot of people got wrong in the Friday's quiz, is you got these problems wrong, the last one wrong, but I did the answer incorrectly. So I just gave you the points. Everybody got it right. So so if you have this, right, you don't treat, some of the kids were doing this. They were like, oh, that's your T chart. That's my T chart. So I'm going to put 5, -2, and -5. But that's not correct, because this is not 5 plus -2 minus 5. That's when you do this. Okay? Instead, what you have to do is you have to multiply first. You got to multiply the 5 times -2. So remember, 5 times -2 is what? So 5 times -2 is negative. I mean, positive times negative is negative. 5 times 2 is 10. And then we go ahead and bring the -5 down. Okay. Now you could do your T chart. Now you could do that T chart. See that? Again, what do you do first? You have to do the multiplication first. Right there. You have to do this. Okay. You got to do this first. And then go ahead and -10 minus 5 is now -5. So now let's go ahead and do the T chart. Okay. So let's go ahead and do the T chart. Where is it? Right there. And then what's my answer if they're both going to be on the negative side? Anybody? Anybody? What's my answer? Nobody? Nobody? Leonard? Leonard, you got the answer? Yeah, but positive or negative?
Positive.
But no, there's nothing in the positive side. So what is it? Negative. See, they're all on the negative side. So don't fall in that trap. Negative, negative is a positive. Don't. That's when you multiply. We're not multiplying. We're just adding. See that? We're just adding. So you have to do the T chart. So my answer is the negative. Okay, so negative. Is it going to pop? No. Okay, so here we go. Let's move it out. Move it out. Move it out. Move it out. Out. All right, here we go. So now that's what you do. So let's go ahead and do one more. Okay, so let's say I go -3 minus 2 times -3. Okay, what do you do? What do you look for? Do you do the T chart right away? No, you see a multiplication, so you got to do that first. Where's your multiplication? Right here, -2 times -3. There's your multiplication. If you don't have markers, just circle it. Okay, circle it. All right, so now what's negative times negative? Positive. Now what's 2 times 3? So again, you're basically doing distributive property. Okay, you're looking at, hold on. Negative times a negative is a positive. And then 2 times 3 is 6. See that? And what do I do with the -3? Just bring it down. Bring it down. And now you could do your T chart. See that? So and now I'm going to give you guys more practice on Thursday with this. Okay? -3 goes on the negative side, positive. Why? Because look at -3 plus a 6. Now it's +6. Now, which one's my answer, Philip? Positive or negative? Very good, because there are more positives. But by how many? By -3. So there's your answer. All right. So this is just a little review. All right. So now we're gonna do some more distributive property, and I'm gonna show you that real quick. Here we go. Out. Out. Move out, move out. Oh!
El carro
Hey!
paró.
Move out, move out, move out. Alright. Alright, so here we go. So now we're going to add something different. Okay. So today we're going to add also, we did the multiplication, which is just distributed property, but we're going to go ahead and add we're going to do this. And instead of multiplying by a 3, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to say x plus 3. Now I'm going to add 2 terms inside the parentheses, the x and the plus 3, which gives you the expression. Okay? So now this is what you do. Remember, this means 2 groups of x plus 3. This is what it means. You got 2 groups, right, of your x. So I'm going to go ahead and draw, like, all this can be my x. Okay? And let me put a number here, right here. This is your x. And then of plus 3. So I'll put a different color. And you don't have to color it. You could probably just put a line like that if you don't have. But I'm just showing you colors so you could see it. You could put a line right in the middle. And so this is plus 3. Okay, so you could draw a line like that. All right, so you got your x, 2 groups of x plus 3. Again, 2 groups of x. Where's my x? Right there. And then your plus 3. Okay. And that's what it means, guys. But you don't want to be doing this all the time. But this is what it means. 2 groups of x, and then there's your plus 3. Okay. So if we were to get the answer, if we're adding this, how many x's do I have? Ethan, how many x's do I have? 2. So I have 2 x's. You see that? My green. That's my green color. Okay. That's my green. I got 2 x's. Now, how many, what am I going to add? The constants, right? Remember, I'm combining like terms. So 3 plus 3 gives me what? 6, right? So you see that? Combine like terms. And then what we just learned last week and the week before, we're putting all together. We're just combining like terms. I just showed you the box, and that's it. So instead of drawing this, right, we're going to go ahead and show you a different way. So here we go. Ready? Go. Get out.
Become sexy.
Woo! Hey, get out. Get out. Get out. There you go. Out. Out. All right, here we go. All right, so get them out. I like that. Here we go. So we got 2 times x plus 3. Okay. So this is what you're going to do. Okay. You're going to draw a box. Remember how we drew one? So we're just going to draw one box. It's called the area model. And we're going to draw within the box. We're going to break it into 2. Why 2? Because I need to fill it in for x and then plus 3. So the x and plus 3 need a space. So here's your x. Here's your plus 3. And then what's going to come down? The 2. Okay. So basically what we're doing is we're doing length times width. All right. So your length or the width, doesn't matter, 2 times x. So what's 2 times x? That's just 2x, right? That's just, so this in here, I don't have to put it here and then again. So I'm just going to put an arrow and say that's my 2x. Now, what about here? Now, some kids are just going to put 3. Nope, that's wrong because they didn't multiply. What are they going to do? Oh, some kids are going to do this. They're going to say, oh, plus 5. Nope, they added. You're not supposed to add. What do you got to do? you got to multiply. So remember, since we're done with this, now we got to do again, we got to do length times width. So the length of this side right here is also 2. So, or you could say, oh, this 2, we're multiplying by 3. Okay, so what's 2 times 3? Anybody, anybody, anybody? 15? No. 6. 2 times 3 is 6. Oh, sorry. It's all right. It's all right. So you see that? That's all we're doing today. We're doing the multiplication and the distributive property. Okay? It's okay. So now the other way some kids were taught is this, but then you fall into some trouble when the signs are negatives and so forth. This is what you guys have been doing, all right, which is fine. You've been do the arrows, right? But remember, positive times positive is positive. 2 times x is 2x. All right. So now I'm going to do a different color. Okay. So now positive times this positive is positive. And then 2 times 3 is what? 6. See that? You get the same answer. But I don't like doing the second one because sometimes you're just going to drop the sign, and it doesn't work like that. You always got to multiply the signs first. Okay? You got to multiply the signs first. So go ahead and write that, and let me drink some water. So remember, we're not adding yet because it's in the parentheses. Okay? We're multiplying. We are multiplying. All right? So here we go. So there we go on that part. So let's move them out. Move them out. Move them out. Move out. Move out. Move out. Move out. Fuera. Fuera. Bye. 2 times x plus 3. Bye. Out. Finally, there's a man. Gee, they're just here all day. No, I'm just kidding. All right. So here's another one. Okay. So what if I do 3, negative 3 times negative, and let's put negative 4x plus 2. Okay, so we're gonna do it two ways, and just I like the first way because you realize what your signs are. Okay, so let's do the first one. All right, so here we go. So this is multiplication, so I need a box. Okay, and I need one for negative 4x, one for plus 2. And I'm going to have 2 boxes within that one box. And then what comes down? The negative 3. Okay, so here we go. Length times width. So negative times negative is positive. Okay, and then what's 3 times 4 with the x? 12x. See that? So now we're done with this. So now we got to do the negative with the positive 2. Don't just bring down the 2 because that's going to be wrong. You can't. Okay, because they're all in the parentheses. You got to take care of everybody. It's like your house, right? Hey, you got to take care of everybody in the house. All right, so you got to make sure that you multiply. All right, everybody gets a piece of the cake or whatever. All right, so pretend that negative 3 is a cake. But mister, how can you have a negative cake? Well, it's a metaphor. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, all right, so here we go. So now we're going to multiply the length again, which is this side right here, which is what? Negative 3. It's still negative 3. And then times the 2. So let's do the sign first. So negative times a positive. Well, mister, I forgot. So let's cover the negative and the positive. It's going to get negative. And then 3 times 2 is 6. All right. So, and there's your answer. Okay. Now, the other way that they do the arrows, it's fine. It's okay, but I don't like it because you get the signs wrong. So go ahead and do the arrow, sign with the sign. All right, and that's fine. So negative times negative, that's positive. 3 times 4x is 12x. All right, and that's fine. Okay, and then what's the other one? The negative times the positive. Make sure you, so do the sign first. Negative times positive is negative, and then 3 times 2, 6. And do you see how we get the same thing? We get the same thing. It's the same answer. All right. But like I said, I like this one because I see the signs. Here, kids will probably get the sign wrong. So it's whatever you feel comfortable with. All right. Good. All right. Oh, oh, oh. Here we go. Oh, next wrong. Fuera, 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 fuera. Wait, did someone say something? No? I thought I heard a voice. Oh, it's a song. All right. So that's kind of what we're learning. That's it. Okay. So now in the homework, I gave 16. Some are going to take you like 10 seconds. The other one might take you 30 seconds. That's it. All right. So there's one like this. And I put 4y minus 3 parentheses. There's your house times, let's say, negative 2. But mister, look, it's on the right side. All right, well, you know what? Why don't you just put it on the left side? Why don't you just turn it around like that? That's still the same thing. All you did is you just transferred it because it's not plus negative 2. It's not plus negative. It's not 4y minus 3 plus negative 2, right? Well, even the negative 2, you could have put it over here, negative 2 plus. That's fine. All right, so there you go. So then you go ahead and do what you've been doing. All right. So what do you want to do? The arrow or the box? I'll do the box, you do the arrow. And let's see if you get this right answer. All right? Go. 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 Let's see. Here we go. There you go. There you go. So now, go ahead and get my answer. So negative times positive, that's a negative. And then 2 times 4 is 8y. And then I'm done with this one. Okay. Negative, oh, different color. Negative times the negative, right, is a positive. And then 2 times 3 is 6, not 5. You're not adding. And there's your answer. So you got your answer right? Yes? So if you get it right when you correct it, put a check. If you get it wrong, just and say, oh, multiplied wrong. Multiplied wrong. Okay, whatever you got, if you did it wrong, all right? Or I added instead of multiplying, all right? And the last one, rock legend Eddie Van Halen dies. Oh, is that true? Eddie Van Halen, ooh. Yeah, it is. I got the news update. Oh, man, that's Van Halen. All right, so the next one, the last one is, what if I do this? What if I say negative 2 times negative 3x plus 4y minus 6? What if I do that? All right, so let me take everything out. Here we go. Move out, move out, move out, get out. All right, there you go. Okay, so now the same thing here. Okay, you can go ahead and do the box. So what's going to happen with the box if I do the box? It's going to be longer, right? A longer rectangular box. But how many boxes within the box? 3 boxes, right? One for what? One for the negative 3x, one for the positive 4y, and one for the negative 6. You see that? And then what comes down? The negative 2. So all you got to do now is multiply, all right? Negative times negative, right? Because this is negative 2, and the length here is negative 3 times x. So negative times negative is a positive 6x. What about the next one? Change the color. Negative times a positive. Well, that's a negative, okay? And 2 times 4y is 8y, okay? So far, so good? And then, now a different color, and I'm going to use light green. The negative times the negative. See that? It's positive, and 2 times 6 is 12. And there you go. Do I combine these? No, because they have different variables. Remember? And now we're going back to what we learned. We got how many terms? 3 terms. Which one's your constant? The 12. Which one's your coefficient? Oh, that's the one next to the letter. 6 and negative 8. Which ones are your variables? X and Y. See how it all meshes together? Right? Now, mister, what if I did it the other way? All right, that's cool. If you did it the arrows, then make sure you do the arrows. All right, negative times negative, that's a positive. All right, I'll just put it over here. And then 2 times 3x is 6x. That's fine. I don't mind. And then do the next arrow. All right, you got to do the arrows of the box. Negative times positive is negative. 2 times 4y is 8y. Okay, and the last one, brown. Negative times the negative. See? It's like the missile. Negative times negative is a positive, and 2 times, and again, 2 times the 6, which is 12. And do I get the same answer? Let's see. 6x minus 8y plus 12. Yep, you got the same answer. All right, got it? Got it? There you go. And that's it for the lesson. All right. So let me go ahead and stop it. Stop it. I hope I'm recording. Oh, yeah.